Never regret yesterday. Life is in you today, and you make your tomorrow. When you cross the half-century line, there are bound to be some things you wish you had done differently. Opportunities you wish you had seized, and you ask yourself, what if? Situations you wish you had navigated with more grace. Or maybe you've fallen short on your self-care and you're not feeling your best, and you wish you could turn back the hands of time. Regret keeps us stuck in the past, and as we approach a new year, there are 4 ways I'm releasing those regrets and opening the door for new possibilities. 4 R's for coping with regret. Recognize the feeling. Allow yourself to make mistakes with no judgment. We all do. It's part of being human. What's the root cause of the regret? A missed opportunity? A mistake? Something you did or didn't do? I think it's important to understand what we're dealing with. I ask myself, what can I learn from this feeling of regret? All experiences, even the negative ones, or especially those, carry lessons. Shift your mindset from self-blame to growth. Regret can be very powerful if we turn it into wisdom. Sometimes regret reminds us of our values. I value kindness, and when I'm unkind to someone, I don't feel so good about myself. So the regret reminds me that I'm not living my ideal self or my best self in that situation. An important question to ask yourself is the regret even mine to carry? This week I had 2 different discussions with friends I hadn't seen for a long time. Of course, I asked about the children, and both expressed disappointment at how one particular child had turned out. I believe that our children, nieces and nephews, students, mentees are given to us so that we can love and guide them. But what if they don't quite take that guidance? Ultimately, as adults, they live their lives as they see fit. If you've done your best, there's no need to feel regret. Reframe the story. The relationship has ended and you have to grieve. But you were together for many years. You have 2 beautiful children and you've learned so much about yourself that will help you in future relationships. How will you handle a similar situation in future? Will you give that person the benefit of the doubt? Maybe you'll set clearer boundaries and communicate them more. Let your regrets serve as lessons to guide your future decisions and behaviors. Step 2 is about reconciling and releasing the pain of regret. We forgive ourselves. We reach out and make amends where possible, and we create a release ritual. First, we allow ourselves to grieve that relationship, career, or loss. We treat ourselves with compassion and love as we would our best friend. We can be our harshest critics, but we deserve and we need our own love. Accept that some things are out of your control and just can't be undone. Next, we have a ritual that helps us to release the regrets so that we can move forward. At the end of the year, I like to make a list of all my regrets, and then I shred or tear up the paper or even burn it. If your regret stems from a relationship, write the person a letter. You don't even have to post it. As a young adult, I remember going to a retreat and they asked us to write a letter to someone who had hurt us or who we had hurt. And I decided to write a letter to my dad. We didn't have a great relationship when I was growing up. So I wrote him a letter expressing the hurt and the regrets I had and apologizing for anything that I had done to offend him. The letter was sent and I know my dad received it, but he never mentioned it, and neither did I. But it brought me some relief. If your regrets involve a situation that can be changed, have the courage to address it. Make amends, ask for forgiveness, revisit the opportunity. I've heard it said that our strongest regrets come from things that we didn't do rather than things that we did. Step 3. Reimagine and revisit past dreams. What got you excited before regret clouded your judgment? Imagine a life without limitations. What would you do if failure was not an option? As we get older, sometimes the original dream we had is no longer an option, and we have to reimagine it. Maybe your dream was to become an artist, and you regret not pursuing it. You had financial and family commitments, and so you decided to take a 9-to-5 instead. Your time is limited, but that dream is still there. Can you carve out a few hours over the weekend to pursue that passion? Or maybe you love baking, and you always wanted to have your own pastry shop, and that has not materialized. In the meantime, you can make those yummy pastries for family events and friends, and then maybe begin catering as a side hustle. Maybe you wanted to become a professional athlete, but now you're too old. How about sharing your skills by coaching the neighborhood kids? Reframe the regret. Take the opportunity to pursue that passion in a different way so that you find fulfillment without needing a time machine. So we've reflected and recognized the root causes of our regret. We've reconciled with it and we've released it. We've reimagined and revisited our dreams to minimize future regrets. It's now time to re-engage with life and reinvent ourselves. Action is the antidote to regret. We're taking proactive steps to bring our life into greater alignment with our values and aspirations. The first thing we're going to do is create a vision and set some intentions for the future. What's truly important to you in this phase of your life? See yourself 10 years down the road. What will you regret most if you don't do it right now? What are your values? Your values will guide your dreams, your goals, and the systems you put in place. Your wildest dream has just come true. How are you feeling? One of my dreams is to go to Italy. So I'm imagining myself in the Sistine Chapel looking up at Michelangelo's masterpiece. What are some of your dreams? There are no guarantees in life, but I believe we have to give the things we want a fighting chance. Let's start small and set one inspiring goal that will rekindle our sense of possibility. Maybe you've always had a dream to travel the world, but now you're older and you have some physical and financial limitations. Or you just feel intimidated by the idea of a big adventure. Start by visiting a nearby city or island, or pretend you're a tourist in your own town. There's nothing like seeing your hometown through the eyes of a tourist. One of my favorite quotes is this one by Marcel Proust. Le véritable voyage de découverte ne consiste pas à chercher de nouveaux paysages, mais à avoir de nouveaux yeux. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. It's all about perspective, so watching videos or doing a virtual tour can also fuel that spirit of adventure. You can still experience new places and cultures even though you have limitations. As you begin to dream again, surround yourself with positivity. Connect with people who support and inspire you. Sometimes sharing your regrets with people you trust can also open up a fresh perspective. Stay close to people who believe in you and support you. Having one person who believes in you and supports you can change the trajectory of your whole life. And of course, consume inspiring content. If this video has inspired you, share it with someone you care about. We can't change the past, but we can help to shape our future. Take back control. Say yes to new experiences. Learn from your regrets. Forgive yourself. Dare to dream again. Releasing those regrets and pursuing our dreams will guide us into a brighter future. Happy New Year, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.